I used to think I was good with money. I had a steady job, paid my bills on time, and treated myself to nice things every now and then. Life felt comfortable, but deep down, I had no real plan. Then one day, everything changed. My car broke down unexpectedly, and the repair bill was higher than my entire savings. That moment hit me like a ton of bricks. I wasn't as stable as I thought. This experience opened my eyes to how much I didn't know about personal finance. I realized that living paycheck to paycheck wasn't just about income. It was about choices, habits, and a lack of knowledge. Like so many others, I thought saving and investing were things you worried about later or once you earn more money. I believed that budgeting was restrictive and that debt was just a normal part of life. Looking back now, I wish someone had told me the truth earlier. The truth about how small changes can build big wealth. The truth about the traps of overspending and ignoring your future. In this video, I'll share what I wish I knew about personal finance. The lessons I've learned that could have saved me from stress and financial insecurity. Number 1. The myth of later. When I got my first job, I thought I had all the time in the world to worry about saving and investing. Retirement? That felt like something for my future self to handle. For now, I wanted to enjoy life, go out with friends, buy nice clothes, and take trips. Saving money felt like something I could do later, when I earned more, had fewer bills, or felt more ready. But here's the harsh truth. Later doesn't wait for you. The earlier you start saving, the more time your money has to grow. It's called compound interest, and it's like magic for your money. For example, if you start saving $100 a month at age 20, you could have over $150,000 by the time you're 60, even if you never increase the amount. If you wait until age 30 to start, you have less than half of that, even if you save the same amount. I didn't understand this until much later, and by then, I had missed out on years of growth. I also didn't realize that saving even small amounts early on could make a huge difference. Starting small is better than waiting for perfect timing. The myth of later is one of the biggest traps in personal finance. Life happens. Unexpected expenses, job changes, or even health issues. If I could go back, I'd start saving from day one, even if it was just a little. Time is the one thing you can't get back. Number 2. Budgeting. The framework, not the straitjacket. When I first heard about budgeting, it sounded boring and restrictive. I thought it meant saying no to everything fun and tracking every penny like a hawk. It felt like a financial diet, strict, miserable, and destined to fail. So, I avoided it for years, thinking I could just wing it and hope for the best. Spoiler alert, that didn't work. One month, I overspent on eating out and couldn't pay my credit card bill in full. That's when I decided to give budgeting another try, but with a different mindset. Instead of seeing it as a set of rules to punish myself, I started seeing it as a framework to guide me toward my goals. The first thing I learned is that a budget doesn't have to be complicated. I started with 50% of my income went to needs like rent and bills, 30% to wants, fun stuff, and 20% to savings or paying off debt. This simple system showed me that I could still enjoy life while building a secure future. If tracking every dollar feels overwhelming, you can try an anti-budget. Just save a set percentage of your income first, then spend the rest however you want. Budgeting isn't about saying no to fun. It's about saying yes to a life with less stress and more freedom. Number 3. The invisible trap of lifestyle inflation. When I got my first big raise, I felt unstoppable. Finally, I could afford the things I used to only dream about: a nicer apartment, fancier dinners, better gadgets. I convinced myself I deserved it because I had worked so hard. But after a few months, I realized something strange. Even with more money, I was still living paycheck to paycheck. How was that possible? This is the invisible trap of lifestyle inflation. When your income goes up, it's tempting to increase your spending to match. A better car, trendy clothes, expensive coffee, it all adds up. At first, it feels good to treat yourself, but soon, the excitement wears off, and those new expenses become your normal. The cycle repeats every time your income rises, leaving little to no room for saving or investing. What I didn't realize back then is that raising your lifestyle doesn't automatically raise your happiness. Studies show that once your basic needs are met, More spending doesn't significantly increase your life satisfaction. What does bring peace of mind is financial security, having savings, reducing debt, and investing for the future. To avoid this trap, I learned to follow a simple rule. When your income increases, pretend it didn't happen. Save or invest most of the raise, and only upgrade your lifestyle a little if at all. It's okay to enjoy your money, but make sure your future self gets a share, too. Freedom isn't in the spending, it's in the saving. Number 4. Debt. The silent wealth killer. Debt is tricky. At first, it seems like a friend, helping you buy things you can't afford right now. A car, a phone, or even a vacation. The credit cards and loans make it so easy to say yes today and worry about the bill later. That's exactly what I did. I used credit for everything, thinking I'd just pay it back someday. But someday came with high interest rates, missed payments, and mounting stress. Debt sneaks up on you. What starts as a small monthly payment can quickly grow into a financial burden. For example, a $2,000 credit card balance might seem manageable, but with a 20% interest rate and only minimum payments, it can take years to pay off and cost you thousands more in interest. That's money you could have used to save, invest, or enjoy life.
Not all debt is bad, though.
A mortgage or a student loan can be considered good debt because they help build long-term value. But even then, it's important to borrow wisely and not overextend yourself. The biggest lesson I learned? Pay off high-interest debt as fast as possible. Methods like the paying off small debts first or tackling high-interest debts first can help you stay focused. And most importantly, avoid adding new debt unless absolutely necessary. Debt might feel like a shortcut, but over time, it steals your wealth and limits your freedom. Break free from it, and you'll feel lighter, both financially and emotionally. Number 5. The real value of an emergency fund. Imagine your car breaks down and the repair costs $1,500. Or your company suddenly lays off workers and you're left without a paycheck. These situations can throw your life into chaos unless you have an emergency fund. I learned this the hard way. When I faced unexpected expenses, I didn't have savings to cover them, so I turned to credit cards. That only led to more debt and stress. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. It's not about earning interest or growing wealth. It's about having money ready for life surprises. Whether it's a medical bill, car repair, or job loss, an emergency fund keeps you from relying on loans or credit cards, which can dig you into a deeper hole. Experts recommend saving 3 to 6 months worth of essential expenses. If that feels overwhelming, start small. Even $1,000 can make a big difference in an emergency. To build your fund, set aside a little from each paycheck or automate savings into a separate account. The real value of an emergency fund isn't just in the money, it's in the peace of mind it brings. Knowing you're prepared for the unexpected means fewer sleepless nights and more confidence in handling life's ups and downs. It's not just a financial cushion, it's freedom from worry. Number 6. The dark side of financial advice. Not all financial advice is good advice. I learned this the hard way when I followed a tip that sounded great but left me worse off. A friend told me to invest in a hot stock that was guaranteed to grow fast. I jumped in without doing my own research. Within months, the stock's value plummeted and I lost a chunk of my savings. The problem isn't just bad advice, it's blindly following advice that isn't right for you. Personal finance is called personal for a reason. What works for someone else may not work for your income, goals, or lifestyle. Yet, it's easy to get swayed by flashy headlines, social media influencers, or even well-meaning friends. Another issue is outdated or oversimplified advice. For example, the idea of saving 10% of your income might not be enough in today's economy, especially with rising costs and longer life expectancies. Or the classics, buy a house. Renting is wasting money might not make sense for someone with high debt or an unstable job. The lesson? Always question financial advice. Understand why it works or doesn't before acting on it. Research, ask questions, and seek advice from reliable sources. Most importantly, focus on your own financial goals instead of copying someone else's. The wrong advice can set you back, but the right approach, tailored to you, can move you forward. Number 7. Investing isn't just for the wealthy. For a long time, I thought investing was only for rich people. I believed you needed thousands of dollars to get started, or that you had to be some kind of financial expert. I was wrong. The truth is, anyone can invest, even if you're starting small. When I first looked into investing, I felt overwhelmed by complicated terms like diversification and market volatility. But then I learned about simple options like index funds, which let you invest in a mix of companies with low fees. With apps and platforms today, you can start investing with as little as $10. You don't need to pick individual stocks or be glued to the stock market every day. One of the biggest lessons I learned is the power of consistency. Even small amounts, invested regularly, can grow into something significant over time thanks to compound growth. Another game changer was learning about fractional shares, which let you buy a small piece of expensive stocks like Amazon or Tesla without needing thousands of dollars. Investing isn't about being rich, it's about building wealth over time. Don't wait until you have more money. Start now with what you can. Every dollar invested today is a step toward financial freedom tomorrow. Number 8. Money and happiness. Finding the balance. We've all heard the saying, money can't buy happiness. But is that true? I've learned it's not so simple. Money alone won't make you happy, but it can buy security and opportunities, which bring peace of mind. On the other hand, chasing more and more money without purpose can leave you feeling empty. What really matters is how you use your money. Research shows that spending on experiences, like traveling or time with loved ones, brings more joy than buying material things. Experiences create memories that last. A new gadget loses its excitement over time. Money also brings happiness when it reduces stress. Having an emergency fund or paying off debt can help you sleep better at night. Financial freedom, being able to choose how you spend your time, is one of the greatest sources of happiness. Looking back, I realized financial success isn't just about having a lot of money. It's about having control over your life and work toward the things that truly matter to you. It's not about buying fancy things to impress others. It's about creating a life that feels fulfilling. You don't need to have everything figured out right away. What matters is starting. Financial success is a journey, not a race. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you keep learning and moving forward. Remember, your financial future is in your hands. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.